On February 1st, when Interim Finance Minister Piyush Goyal presented the interim budget, he said that the FY19 direct tax collection target will be revised upwards from 11.5 lakh crore rupees to 12 lakh crore rupees. And if you look at the current numbers, we are far behind in chasing the revenue. As on February 20th, tax collections are only at about 8 lakh crore rupees on the direct tax collection front, which means that we're far behind and the government needs to do much more in a bid to meet the target. But looks like this is going to be a tall order this time around, and India is all set to miss the FY19 revised direct tax collection target by at least 50 to 60,000 crore rupees. Now, why is that? We're given to understand that two key components that account for almost 80% of the tax collections, which is advance tax and TDS, may not grow at more than 17%. In fact, to meet the target, these two heads, that is advance tax and TDS, need to grow at a percentage of 40%, at a rate of 40% from now to March end, which of course is highly unlikely. On top of it, add to that the refunds that will go. We're given to understand that the government is estimating at least 15,000 crore worth of outgo in tax refunds before March end, which leaves us with big questions on the credibility of the budget numbers. 1 month back, we were told that the government will be meeting the fiscal deficit target of 3.4% and the government will be meeting the direct tax collection target as well. And now we're given to understand that we are far behind in that. Was the government too optimistic when they gave out these numbers? What will this lead to? If you look at the GDP data for the third quarter, we got a reading of 6.6%, which was the lowest that we saw in many quarters. And will the advance tax really be able to grow at that kind of a pace? Was the government, were the tax officials too optimistic when they gave out those numbers, and could this lead to harassment of the taxpayers? Those are, of course, pressing questions that we need answers to at this point of time. We're also understanding that the markets still seem to be unnerved. Given the fact that this is an election year, there is going to be a lot of expenditure. The government has already promised on various fronts that they will be providing relief to common man, to the agriculture community. Will this mean that the fiscal deficit may slip from a current level of 3.4% to 3.5%? That, of course, is the big risk.